into our Illustrator, and as you can see, I have a post open right now over here, which is which I normally use as a boilerplate or boilerplate, or you can say a template for creating my content. So I just select all of these things, and okay, and I just delete it. So yeah, I mean, like I do stuff this way, but for this video I'm gonna create a new one. Let's just create a new file, and I'll build out content in that one. So I'll just go over here, I'll build custom, and it's the pixel size is normally what is the pixel size? 1024 cross 1280. I prefer the long form content. The reason is simply is that the user is having maximum attention on at that point. So what happens is that when you are posting it in long form, so I'll tell you what a long form content is. Okay, and you have your 10 carousels. Okay, let me just align them properly. So we'll go into document setup. And I think there is one option for aligning them properly. Okay. Okay, so currently I don't have this. I go over here and we have this edit artboard option. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm gonna press V. So I have this. I'll select all of these artboards. Okay, I'll do shift and let me just select all of these artboards which are creating a little bit of problem. I'll move them over here, align properly. A little bit of mismatch would work. It's okay. Okay, and it's just a line. Okay, it's going out of bounds. So let's just take this one and align it properly. Now we'll press V. Let's just say we'll have all of these selected. Just move over here. Now we can move this one right over here. Yeah, that is completely center line. One thing is that the difference between these artboards is not uniform. It won't affect much, but we'll try to be complete. We will try to build everything with perfection. Okay, cool. So now we are done. These artboards are in one row. What we'll do is we'll press V so that we are in the selection mode. So uh, okay, so as I was telling you guys about the pixel size, so that's a really I think I have this article in my pocket which is mm, which tells me the different sizes which I can use on my on Instagram. Okay, so this is the recent one. So Instagram sizes and dimensions 2019, everything you need to know. This is the name of the article by dustinstout.com. Okay, so complete credit I have given to them. So in this article they have talked about four types of content form, four types of pixel sizes, or four types of content you can build out, which is square, landscape, portrait, and story. I particularly like this portrait one. Simply the reason is that that when you build out portrait content, the user sticks to stick, you know, when he or she is scrolling out the feed, then the most of the space is completely taken up by your post, and that attracts lots and lots of people. So this is what I normally tell to people, and this is where most of the people lag, just because of the reason that even in when you talk about when you fire up your Figma, when you fire up Canva, these these softwares generally give 1080 cross 1080 as the dimension size for Instagram images, which is a square image, right? Which is this one, square images. So even if you go down over here, so 600 cross 600 is where you start, but if you want to have highest recommendation is to create images. So if you want to build high pixel, high resolution images, then you would then I would recommend, or everyone recommends, 1080 cross 1080 is the size. uh, then there is 1920 cross 1080, which is the Instagram landscape. So this one I prefer when I'm using Figma. So Figma has these. So Figma takes these pixel sizes a little differently, and I usually prefer this size on Figma, but not on Illustrator. So on Illustrator, I prefer 1024 cross 1080. Uh, Sorry, 12. What was the size? I've completely forgot. So it was 1024 cross 1280, I think. Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, 1024 cross 1280, right? Now, what we'll do is, so I think at this point of time you might have, so see, one thing is that don't just see this tutorial. I know this video is pretty long. This would be 40 minutes to 1 hour video, and I'm glad that I'm building out this video at this point of time, because you know what, this market is very much into trend, carousel market, and I want you guys to put out a lot of content in the form of carousels right now. The simple thing is that this video won't be much effective if you just go on seeing this video. If you are uh, trying and implementing this video alongside, then this would be much more beneficial for you guys, right? So just fire up your Illustrator side by side and build out the content. So one simple thing is, I'll just do R. I have pressed R, which has turned this cursor into rectangle mode. I'll start from over here. Okay. Okay, I'll start over here, approximately of this size. Okay, let me just, okay, yeah, not this much. Okay, cool. Uh, so let me just press V and deselect all of this. Okay, done. So now we have a rectangle tool working fine. Okay, why isn't it working, man? Okay, so okay, rectangle tool is by M. Okay, I sometimes mess up these shortcuts, but it is using M. So what you just need to do is, you need to cover this complete area. You need to cover this complete area, and using V, you have this selection tool and just resize it. Okay, just resize it to the size exactly matches, which matches uh, your artboards. Okay, cool. Now what I'll do would be, I'll give it my color, which is black. Or let's say we are keeping cyan for this, or let's just give it a black color. Okay, so this is a black color. Now what I'll do would be, I'll press command 2. So using command 2, I have just locked down this layer. So in the layers panel, when you see this picture, is this rectangle, uh, this rectangle is now locked out, so it won't hurdle us much when we are working on our artboards. Okay, so now one thing I generally do is that, alongside my Illustrator, I open my Notion. Notion is another software which is very much useful when you are building out content and when you are into this content industry, simply because you have lots and lots of features in this one. And I build this content over here. So first I build out the content, then I go on creating that graphics for the same. So this is what we will be doing in Illustrator right now, and for Canva, we'll just change out the content so that we can have two different kinds of carousels. uh, yeah, that's all. The thing is, we are telling our users, or we are telling our followers, how to actually choose a niche. And I have tried to keep everything short. I have tried to reduce and minimize my text as much as I can. And now we'll just add a little bit of visuals onto this and give it a color coding and all of these things. And then we can see that a complete carousel we have built. Okay, so we are in our first artboard right now. I've just done, so we'll do a text. I have pressed T right now, and with T I get this textual box. Okay, so I have pasted my thing. Now over here in the color panel, I'm giving it a blue, I'm giving it a white color. Okay, so as I told you guys that it would be complete black and white post. Okay, it's a little difficult to talk while creating out content. I don't know how I would be able to create out this carousel, but yes, it's a little difficult to explain. Okay, so this is a font I don't actually like. I For font I will go with the what was the name of that font? No, it's Brandon Lotus I've used in my earlier ones, but for this one I think I have somewhat like it was yeah, Bebis New Regular. Okay, so this is a new font found out, which is very good in when you are creating out these carousels, and I think most of the people use this content only, this font only. Sorry. So yeah, one thing I have found out, which is an app known as What the Font. So I think you guys must be aware about Shazam. Shazam is for musics. For So what you do is you just open out your Shazam app, and then you have this music playing some. So instead of asking someone that what music you were playing or what song you were playing, you just fire up your Shazam, and within few seconds, and sometimes it has done for me, it has done in microseconds, that it tells me what that song is. And the same goes for What the Font. So it tells out what the font actually is. You just need to select one line of the font you want to detect, and that's all. It just detects. And this is how I actually got to know about this font, which is Baby's New Regular. uh, and I quickly downloaded it from Google Fonts and added it to my font book. So how to choose a niche? Okay, cool. Now I have given it a white color. Let me just okay, looks good, looks good. Now what I'll do would be I need to add some graphics. So normally what I do is I go to freepik.com, which is very good for having free illustrations. So you get a lot of free vectors, stock photos, and lot of stuff. I don't actually buy premium stuff. I'm not full-time into graphic designing. Full-time UI experts do build images, do use stock photos which are paid, but I'm not going to do that. And how I choose my images is I just type in a word from the text itself. So how to choose a niche? Let me see if there is any relevant uh, photo or any relevant vector related to it. How to choose a niche? Or what I can do is I think these robotic images are very good when you are building out the main introduction, because this is the point where people will actually be attracted to. So first two images are very important, and this is a general trend in when you're building out carousels, is that first four images, so there is a 10 image pack of your carousels. First four images you keep them very low. So it's a graph of a bell shaped graph. So first four images you keep very low, then you introduce an image which is very high on content, and then you keep on increasing the part till the eighth or ninth post, and then in the 10th post you introduce that this is the creator. So as you can see over here in this also, I have this post is stationary, this post is immovable. I don't change this one. So this is that I know that the thoughts are a little bit too ambiguous, but the choice is really, so I'm just trying to influence people that you should write something in the comment box, so that we can create an engagement, right? So this is what the last pick is all about, and of course we would be doing somewhat similar in this post as well. So how to choose a niche? Okay, and a subtitle would be, and why the experts are in the niches. Okay, we'll give it white color.